Hey, yo, this isn't golfing on the greens, but it is a hole-in fun.
Take that, is what Diddy's new neighbors may be saying to him.
Also, did I do that? Yes, he certainly did.
Welcome to Side Dish.
Hey!
The world is yours.
Is it Tuesday? Does it have to be?
It's Tuesday. It's such a Tuesday. It's the most Tuesday ever. I'm trying to get the comments pulled up here so I can chat with the good people.
Me too. I be having to look for the comments like they're my car keys as I'm getting ready to leave the house. Because like every time I load up YouTube, it presents itself in a different way. But in the meantime, while we figure this out, shout out to our soulmates. Did you find yours?
I did. I found my soulmate. No, not yet.
No, not your soulmate. But the comments.
The comments. I did find the comments.
Cool,
I have
you keep talking about finding.
Thank you. That's who I need as my soulmates. Is the Fox soulmates, our Dish Nations, our side pieces. You know who you are. Be sure to click that like and subscribe. Hit that little bell button. Share the show. That's how it grows. So quick thing. Like a couple days ago, we were talking about this. Like one of these episodes got like over 10,000 views in like a day, which is a lot for us.
That was really impressive. So we want to capture this magic and replicate that as many times as we can. So don't hesitate to share and let people know. And also, you know what? Because I like to keep it a buck in the truck. Listen.
Uh-oh.
Y'all let us down.
Oh.
Y'all really let us down. Like, we don't give homework here on Side Dish because we don't like it. However, we just asked y'all to do one thing. We teased a story yesterday where we was telling people like, hey, tell us a cool story about how you got fired from your job and you can make today's show. Well, guess what y'all did? Nothing. How many videos did we get, Kim? None.
Wow.
0 videos. We just needed a 30-second video of you telling your story. We thought y'all really rocked with Death Row. AKA Side Dish.
Yeah, AKA Side Dish, East Coast Death Row. Get those videos in. It's gonna be super fun. There was a guy, was it Justin, who was talking about, I'm never gonna tell the story about how I got fired, but now I'm looking out for you in the comments, and I hope you do tell it.
Yeah, like I'm intrigued now. Because he must have did something crazy to get fired.
Right? Also, what's up, Curalicious? Hey, y'all from Snellville. I hear Snellville's motto is, everyone is someone in Snellville. Is that real?
I've heard of Snellville. I didn't know they had a motto.
They might not have a motto. That might just be something I've heard a comedian talking around.
But everybody should make up a motto of this. Like, so for Broken Bow, what would the motto of Broken Bow be?
Wow. What would the motto of Broken Bow be? We're kind of sorry, y'all. Like that would be a lot. It's kind of a funny place.
Is it like we're kind of sorry, y'all, like about what happened, or we're kind of sorry, y'all, like our stats ain't good?
Yeah, I mean it's a combination of things. Don't get me wrong, I love Broken Bow, but like at different points in time, Broken Bow's motto would be different. Like at one point, Broken Bow's motto might have been, "Man, F Texas." That could have been the motto at one point in time.
I think at one point in time, Aruba's motto is, "Yo, it's safe now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Anywho's, man, we got so much to get to today, man.
Big
Let's
show.
dig into this Feed Me.
Okay, so this one popped up. This video made me laugh. Here's the thing, is like what you're gonna see real quickly, you recognize it's a man golfing and he's not on the golf course. But I want you to pay attention to the very golf course announcer voice you're gonna get.
Okay.
All right, check this out.
And we are back here at the Greenwich Village Trash Heap International. Bob Goldman already teeing off on a beautiful hole 4 par 3.
Are those rolls
Difficult
of toilet
undulating
paper?
I don't even
concrete,
know. I have no
slight
idea.
dog leg left. Goldman going for his 4th consecutive title here,
Oh, that's
adorning
nice.
his green
Here
polo,
goes. Here
showcasing
goes.
3 previous wins, hollering at those hoes. Absolutely loves the hoes. The hoes love him. The energy of the crowd.
Hollering at those
The
hoes.
back and forth,
Absolutely
just
love those hoes.
great energy from Goldman. Happy to have him back. Interesting to see what he will do with the remaining championship. The 2022 Greenwich Village Trash Heap International is brought to you by Glad Bags, Rubbermaid, Nike, Jack Daniels, Smith & Wesson, Titleist Golf, Chantix, and Philip Morris.
And Philip Morris. That's
And
it
we
right
are
there. That's the
back
whole
here.
video. But it just made me laugh so hard that like ultra calm delivery. Hollering at those hoes. Loves the hoes.
Yeah.
The hoes love him.
I am legit. I would watch that sport.
Dude, I would watch golf in a city.
Me too.
Like if you had random holes set up, it's almost like a more aggressive putt-putt, really.
Yeah. Or even you've been to what's that place that's very popular?
Top Golf? Oh yeah.
I love Top Golf more than I love regular golf.
Yeah.
And I like it more than I like putt-putt because you're always faster than the people that's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come to a point to where they're just breezing through it.
Yeah.
And then you have like a family of 15 that are they're just new to using their hands.
The kids are just smacking the ball all over the place. No respect for the game.
Just rolling it.
Rolling it.
Yeah.
Not even trying to get past a little windmill or in the alligator mouth. What are we doing?
Yeah, why is the windmill always like the last thing, or sometimes the second to last thing?
Yeah.
Like the last obstacle is always so epic and you know you're never going to see the ball again.
Right.
So they'll just grab that ball and just go back to the beginning and start it all over again.
Yep. What is it? There's a golf spot here in Atlanta that's a really good date spot. What's the name of it? It's a video game arcade place, but it has an indoor putt shack. If you haven't done putt shack, that's
I
what
have
we're
been
doing.
to putt shack. Did everything but play golf.
Okay, cool.
I had food. I played like a giant, like adult-sized Jenga game that they
dope.
had
All
there. Did everything but play golf. There's a place in D.C. where they have like a screen up, right? And it's probably similar to putt shack. Well, no, putt shack does have the course, right?
Yeah.
But this place, like, you know, you hit the ball as hard as you can, like you're really on a golf course, and it measures the velocity
that's dope.
and all that other stuff. It felt real.
very cool.
And very virtual at the same
Very cool.
time.
All right, this other one I'm gonna hit you with real quick. The Toronto International Film Festival. I think it's all wrapped up. But like for you guys at home, like you don't see a lot of, unless you've worked in entertainment news for whatever reason, you probably haven't been on like a red carpet and trying to get interviews with a celebrity. Like, and very early on in the game, it can be very, very hard to get a celebrity's interview, especially like a big time celebrity. You're just yelling their name and they're just running by because they don't want to talk to most people. Well, what you're about to see is possibly the cutest interview that it's definitely gonna be the cutest interview you're gonna see today. A young man by the name of Liam, the Kid Reporter, just got his first big interview. Check this out.
Oh, snap, it's Denzel.
Wait, Denzel comes back.
What do you want to know? Go ahead, quick.
Hi, I'm Liam. I've heard American Gangster is a good movie. How can I be a Canadian gangster?
You shouldn't be a gangster. You're too smart to be a gangster. I bet what's your favorite subject? Math? Math and science?
Yeah.
So you're going to be a doctor?
Yes.
Okay. Better to be a doctor than a gangster. Okay?
Okay.
Never want to be a gangster.
I know. I don't like it.
I don't like gangsters either. You're just asking me a question, huh?
And look how happy he is.
That kid said it, but I thought it. I knew he was going to say math.
Got Denzel. And no one else got Denzel. You see, Denzel came in, and he came in real quick. He's like, what do you want to know? And then got out of there just as quick, too.
He's a man of the people, that Denzel. And it's crazy who he gives time to. 'Cause I remember like the one opportunity, I got a chance to interview him twice. One time on the phone, another time very brief, just as brief as that kid on the red carpet.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, man, like you got that Denzel juice on you for a minute. Because like that is the Denzel Washington, who despite looking a certain way his entire life, wow, he's getting older.
It happens.
It happens to everybody, right? Like even The Rock was looking older in something the other day.
The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock is like chipping.
The Rock's got to be in his mid-50s or something now. I don't know exactly how old he is. I haven't interviewed Denzel yet. Denzel's on the list. I keep hoping to like have that scenario.
Do you have a Denzel favorite?
I mean, Man on Fire was one of those movies that like when that came out, I freaking loved it.
I had the weirdest takeaways from that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like, I ain't going to Mexico.
Yeah, there's that. That's a good one. Flight, we talked about this kind of a couple of weeks ago. Flight was one of my favorite movies when it came out.
The fact that it was based on a true story.
Right?
And the guy, I think, got arrested after... Man, he should have got high fives like that little Asian kid. Like, yo, you flew the plane upside and saved everyone?
Saved everyone's life.
And you were on cocaine?
Barrel rolled that bad boy around.
That was a good movie. Like, he don't turn in bad movies.
No.
Even
he
his
only
first
makes
movie,
good movies.
Have you seen his original joint?
Wait, what's his original one?
Carbon Copy.
Maybe I've seen it.
It's like him and I want to say a Brolin was in it, but I'm probably wrong.
Well, there's Josh Brolin.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Okay.
Because the guy, Denzel Washington played this white dude's son. Like he approached him like later in life, like, hey, Dad. And he's like, "You're not my son." And
Oh, wow.
If my memory serves me correctly, eventually he was or something. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Some of the older people in the chat, y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, Heart Condition. That was another classic one. Similar to Eddie Murphy, I prefer my Denzel with a gun.
Yeah, Denzel with the gun's good.
Yeah, I mean, Equalizer. Even though he's doing slow karate, I still like it.
Yep.
Somebody said, they love Man on Fire. Malcolm X was also a classic bop as well.
Classic.
Anytime Denzel got with Spike Lee, like, have you seen Malcolm X?
Yes.
X was great.
Yeah.
And it's stressful because you know what's gonna happen.
Right.
And building up to that moment, it was done so poetically. Also loved him in Mo Better Blues when he got beat in the alley with the trumpet. That stressed me out as well.
Dang, we're over here talking about Glory and Fences. Oh, Fences.
That was a stressful movie.
Golly.
Both were, actually.
That's Fence. Yeah,
I always question like the military tactics of like the armies in the Civil War era. Yo, send the band out first to let them know the troops are coming.
Yeah.
Yo, the drummer gets shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, what is that?
The flute player get clipped. Man, if I was in a military band, I wouldn't be.
No, dude.
It's a death sentence.
I'm tuning my instrument. I can't make it to the front. I'll be in the back. I'll be up there in a minute when I get the trombone fixed.
Maybe if they'd have played more aggressive music, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Whistle while you twerk.
Whistle while you twerk.
Anywho's, we got this situation coming up with Jaleel White. You know him as playing Urkel. It almost killed him. Well, not his whole. Like,
No, it did, like, not kill, but like it definitely almost changed his life forever. And he was talking about it recently. And actually, since we were planning the show this morning, he's made an Instagram post about this thing, and I want to talk about it here in a second.
Cool. Well, stick around. We got more side dish coming back in 2 minutes.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Side Dish.
Hey.
Hey. Of course, everybody here knows Jaleel White. Everybody here remembers Steve Urkel. Well, he's got a book coming out this fall, which I'm looking forward to picking up and reading it because I find the guy fascinating.
Very.
But he was basically speaking at a convention not too long ago and talked about how when he was doing the voice, like he started out as like a preteen. Yeah, a preteen. And then he became like a teenager and whatnot as the show went on. And so he was talking in that high voice for such extended periods of time that he almost got his voice stuck there, and it almost ruined it because that's at the time frame in which your voice is developing. He did also go on to say like he worked with a speech therapist over this stuff and got it all figured out, and he's like he's not worried about it, and he's like the legacy of the show is the most important thing, and he would never change that for anything. But how crazy is that to think that Steve Urkel went through a point in time where he was like, oh no, you know, like.
I mean, it's believable because it was so much of a part of his teenage to almost early adult life where that becomes your regular degular, you know? I would imagine, what's the guy, Gilbert Gottfried? I imagine at some point he had to train himself to calm down because his voice is always high, you know, high pitch on a 10. But I'm so glad that he was not one of those childhood tragedy stories.
Yes.
You know, like.
There's so many of those, dude. There's so many of those. And he posted just earlier today. So I just want to like bring this up because one of the things he talks about is like, and you can imagine like celebrities on that level, there's a lot of clickbait going around. And he makes this post, and this post right here, you go to his Instagram, and where he's talking about it, he's doing the interview and talked about his voice being damaged for years. And then they say like in some of the online representation of this article, this interview that he did, that they're leaving out the important parts. And the important parts to him is, I wouldn't do anything differently. It was a great experience, and it was a small sacrifice to make for one hell of a legacy. And then he was on the show from 89 to 98, huge run. And then, of course, people hop in the comments, and they're like, did I do that? And they're kind of like dogging him a little bit for it, but he was never complaining about this.
Right.
He was just saying this is just a fact of what it was, and he's happy to do it. And then his book, check out the cover. It's called Growing Up Urkel.
Yo, and he's hitting you with the Michael Jackson.
He's hitting the Michael Jackson.
pose.
Like, let me hit you all with the HK thing. Come in.
It's gonna screw you over.
You can kind of see it there. Hold on. If you kind of zoom in. Hey, there he is, hitting you with the Thriller cover.
But he's facing the opposite direction. So
Yeah.
You know, like Michael had the McDowell. He has the big whatever the hell, the McDonald.
The regular McDonald.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're big Jaleel supporters here, so I was just like happy to get this story and just like try to tell it right.
Yeah, because you know, because the only other leading nerdy competitor that was in that same space as Urkel was probably Screech from Saved by the Bell. And Screech ended up having to make a sex tape.
Screech did not respond the same way that Jaleel did. Like, when you think about playing a character, being known for a character that's kind of like the antithesis of being cool, the opposite of cool, never gonna get the girl, doesn't dress in a fashionable manner, it puts on a weird voice, like, that could have messed with you so much, especially as a young person on TV. And then the way he was just able to like commit and then just kind of, I mean, it seems, develop a perfectly normal, wonderful life afterwards.
Yo, if Jaleel White fell on hard times and had to do a sex tape called Did I Screw That? I'd have been so disappointed. You know what I mean? So I'm glad everything worked out the way it was supposed to.
Stefan Urkel might have had to come in and lay that one down. I think we've got a montage. Do we have a montage of some Family Matters bits? We do?
Let's run it.
Oh, let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
These are for you. Wow, are you wearing a bra?
I remember that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Eddie.
Urkel, why don't you ever knock?
Well, if I did, nobody would ever let me in. All right, see ya.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Did I do that?
Classic.
Man,
Classic.
The greatest cameo parlayed into a full-time role ever.
It'll probably never happen again. It'll probably never happen again because it was just supposed to be like a guest spot, like a one-episode thing, the nerdy kid next door, and then he just crushed it so hard they knew what to do. They were like, this kid is the show.
Hell yeah. Now, fun fact, everybody in the chat, let us know if you know. Do you know what Family Matters was a spinoff of?
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. I do know this because Reginald did security. Was it not for, he was the security man. Hold on a second.
Okay, so we're going into a deeper web. If you want to start with him, we're going into a deeper web. But I'm with you on
Was
this one.
he
Keep
not?
going. Keep going.
What? Oh God, I'm blanking on the show. I'm blanking on the show name. I'm not thinking of. By the way, I'm not talking about Die Hard.
I do feel like that is the same cop from Die Hard. I feel like Carl Winslow was the same person that helped John McClane.
I think it was Reginald Vell Johnson, was it not?
It was Reginald Vell Johnson.
Okay.
But in my heart of hearts, that was Carl Winslow that helped him out there. However,
You're talking not the Huxtables. George and Wheezy. Was he not the security man on like the first floor of their building?
no, that was Bentley. It was a tall white dude with a Muppet chin.
Damn it.
No, that was a spinoff of Perfect Strangers. And big shout out to Miss Bammy and Sharon Clark and Miriam Gully and Brandy, who got it in the chat.
Oh, they already knew.
They already knew. Shout out to Jeffrey Roberts.
Thanks,
we see
ladies.
you. Cassandra Mackey, we see you. Yeah, Harriet used to work at the same place Balky and Larry used to work at.
Oh, wow.
And she had so much spice and spunk that they gave her a backdoor pilot, and that turned into a...
That turned into Family Matters.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I had no idea. Perfect Strength.
No,
Balky. Yo, that's a throwback. Kids don't know about Balky these days.
Nah, man, like, cause it don't come on reruns like that, like it used
Yeah.
to, like back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Well, switching gears, let's talk about someone who's in a lot of trouble.
Womp womp.
Let's say it at the same time. Morgan Wallen.
I was like, wait, but he got in trouble for saying something.
Yeah, he had a different kind of trouble. Remember, we did this story on Dish a while back.
Yeah.
So Morgan Wallen was at a party, right? And he was on a rooftop, and he threw a chair off the top of the roof, and it clobbered some person on the first floor. So according to Life and Style magazine, Morgan Wallen is preparing to go to jail for 30 to 60 days based on that chair throw heard around the world.
Yep.
Thunk. In case you need a refresher, he threw the chair off the rooftop. It fell over 60 feet, and it landed on 2 nearby police officers. You needed it to hit anybody else. other than who it
Anyone
hit.
else, and you could have paid this off probably.
Yeah, because it had been their word against your rich word.
Why? Did we ever find out why he did it?
Apparently, he's a habitual line stepper.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know, and you only gonna get so many opportunities to, you know, like get popped on the hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're saying he's facing anywhere between 30 and 60 days in jail, like nothing super, super crazy.
I mean, it's one of those things like you know how a lot of times it goes for celebrities. Is like when it's a shorter sentence like that, they'll get in and maybe they'll do a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they'll let him out.
Yo, if he was at the Montgomery chair brawl, do you think he would have, whose side would he have played?
Now, here's the thing about, hey, okay, hold on.
Who you with?
Who you with? Here's the thing about Morgan Wallen is he got in trouble for that other thing a few years ago.
But he said it to a white person.
I don't, like, I'm no disrespect to any Morgan Wallen fans in the chat or watching this at midnight right now, but like, I don't have a lot of faith in him making the right decision in Montgomery.
I don't either. He gonna think there's safety in numbers.
Yeah.
Well, actually, was it evenly matched that day? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think it was even until Aquaman swam
Aquaman,
across
like,
and then turned the tide.
When the horn went out, like
your
the
left.
people going, on your left. Yeah, exactly. Aquaman came in and changed the game.
He came in the same way Captain Marvel came in the
in Avengers
Endgame.
2?
Yeah, the Avengers Endgame clash, and just started clobbering and getting
Classic.
busy. Man, he should have been on the Olympics.
When is the Tubi movie of the Montgomery, Alabama chair brawl going to be made?
I'm
That's
surprised
what we
they haven't
need.
made that.
That's
Oh
what
my
we need.
God. Who wants to help us
That's
fund this
so
film?
good. We'll start the GoFundMe right now. All we need is $10,000.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. We can buy one chair. That's all we need.
For $10,001, we might even be able to add extra effects.
Oh my gosh,
All
that's
right.
too funny.
Now here's the moment you've all been waiting for. P. Diddy.
Oh.
The signs were always all around.
The
us,
signs,
right?
like, they've been here. It's like, guys, there's so much to get into here. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and come back into it.
That hand was trying to hold him back from doing something.
Yeah, it didn't work. Put your estimation in the comments. If you think he's gonna be doing time and how much time you think he's gonna be doing. And
Because they're saying at the minimum 15 years, at the maximum life.
at the maximum 2 or 3 lifetimes.
See you next lifetime.
Yeah, tell us what you think in the comments and we'll talk about it here in just a minute.
back to Side Dish.
Hey.
Real quick, gotta get some shout outs to some people in the chat real quick. Y'all coming with it.
Okay, real quick. Zonya C, you need to be writing movies. If you guys missed this, Zonya C came up with the title for our movie, and it's called Lift Every Chair and Swing.
Yo.
That got me
would
out of my
watch that.
seat a minute ago.
I would totally watch that. That is a brilliant title. If we do get this movie made, you get a credit.
Yeah, absolutely, you get a credit. We're giving you a credit right here, right now. It's going in the movie.
Well, let's crack our knuckles and let's get into this,
Okay.
man. So, in case you just got out of jail yourself and don't know what's going on, Diddy has been arrested by the feds and indicted on sex trafficking, racketeering, and kidnapping charges. And the crazy thing about some of those charges, right? Sex trafficking has a wild umbrella of what is covered in that.
Yeah.
Because I had to look at the definition myself, because I was always under the impression that sex trafficking meant you were like literally putting people in freighters, shipping them.
Oh,
to
like
places.
hardcore human trafficking.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. But no, it's like when you use, power and influence and even sometimes drugs to get people to do things commercially, even non-commercially with other people, and it definitely seems like he was doing that. And I was watching the press conference that the district attorney of New York did, and at first, because like there are some situations where somebody was about to buy NBC and they just bring them down.
Right.
Not exactly. Like that's just what people say. Like with such like, why did Cosby? He's about to buy NBC,
Right. Yeah.
But Diddy has done a lot.
Yeah.
And the things that he has done may not be what he's going to jail for right now, but the illest judge of all time is God. And karma. And sometimes you could dodge that boomerang and you think you in the good, and that boomerang come back and pop you in the back of the head for something else. But the district attorney was like, yo, we confiscated over 100 bottles of baby oil, narcotics, AR-15s, as well as there was some other stuff, but not as cool as the three things that I just mentioned. At first I was like, oh, baby oil, that's par for the course.
At first,
and this was all used for the freak-offs. There was ketamine.
Yep.
There was also there was another drug that kind of takes people out of their mental sorts for a little bit that they found as well, and that's crazy. But about the AR-15 part, it seems like they don't care about AR-15s as long as they're being used to shoot up a school. Ooh. Now they care about AR-15s.
Ooh, with the dagger.
I'm just saying.
I fully support that. He also caught a RICO charge, which is interesting. The racketeering there, that's an interesting one. Definitely interested to see how that plays out. And he's charged, what do we have here? 3 counts of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, I also did this thing where I wanted to pull up, because like, this AI, wow.
I was doing the best I could. Check out my man in the back.
That's him in the Matrix. Wait, who's that in the back? No.
That's the person who snitched.
Wow. Oh,
that cop on the right
dude's
has his
talking?
eye on him.
Okay, so this is serious, but like it makes me think about, just for a second, like the strength it took for Cassie to come forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just read you a quick list. I pulled this up on my phone of what has happened, who sued him since Cassie sued him.
Okay.
She sued him for like $30 million. He settled the next day. Let us not forget that.
He knew what it was.
He knew, and this is before the tape came out. That was in November of last year. Then he got sued by a woman named Joy Dickerson Neal. Then he got sued by what was reportedly an anonymous woman, but we think that could have been like Liza Gardner. Then December of 23, a woman sues Diddy, accusing him of sexual assault when she was 17 back in 2003. That's all 2023. Now we're into 2024. Lil Rod Jones sues Diddy. We talked about that earlier this year. The Cassie tapes drop in May. Right after that, 2 more lawsuits. Crystal McKinney sues Diddy. April Lamproche sues Diddy. And then just a couple days ago, Don Richard, former member of Danny Kane, sues Diddy. And then now the feds got him.
Yo, and like when somebody said in the chat, Magic said, they don't do RICO unless they got you.
Yo, RICO's, they don't, yeah, exactly.
They don't pull that drawer 4 out. Unless they know they got you dead for rights on what they did.
Here's the other. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But going back to the freak-offs, so they were saying that Diddy was flying male sex performers in to have these freak-offs with women, and they would last for days. And I have questions.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you get paid as a male performer to come down and do these freak-offs?
Is he negotiating the numbers himself?
They were saying that there would be somebody who would come and bring the money to him and drop it off so he could pay him in cash, so there's not like a digital trail, because you don't want to cash app.
Well, the other stuff is like, when you get into the nitty-gritty of a lot of this, you'll see where, like, allegedly he documented a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Which that's going to be something else that the feds probably got a hold of.
But here's the crazy thing, though, man. So I go down these rabbit holes. I think if everyone drank every time I said rabbit hole, because I go down a lot of rabbit holes, because I have time when I'm driving, right? So I was watching these videos that was talking about these sex magic parties that they used to do back in the earlier days of Hollywood. And basically, these Hollywood producers and these different people who are in the seedier part of the entertainment world, they would have these similar parties and videotape people. But back in the 40s, it's like, you know, you got you know what I mean? Just to have evidence on other people. And then they would get like big stars who were female stars at the time to be the person who's getting passed around at the party. So like, yeah, you come over and do this for, I'm just throwing names out there, Metro, Golden, and Mayor. And then, you know, like, yeah, you might be the next big thing.
And like coerce
I'm not
people
saying
into...
it was definitely Metro, Golden, Mayor. That's just the only old school name I could think of from that time. But the but this thing has been going on for a long time. You just got caught.
Yeah, it's messed. I tell you the thing, my big takeaway, the thing that I'm like kind of fascinated with, and also this is supposed to be happening today. Like today, he's supposed to put in his plea, right? Of presumably not guilty is what we understand he's going to put in. But then I read somewhere where that he is voluntarily giving up his passport and that he's going to attempt to make bail. Now, what's so interesting about that is like, that's pretty bold, that's pretty confident, like, you know, to get hit with these number of charges and then think you can make bail. Because here's what I'm about to say is crazy. It's like, we're talking about a man who owns a private jet. You don't need a passport to get on your private jet.
This is true.
And so there are some people who become flight risks because they're like, nah, we're not going to let you out at all because you could escape the country. Diddy's one of those guys with those resources.
What kind of boot could you put on a plane?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it exists.
Right? Like a little plane boot, the same way they boot your car?
Like, if there's any city that could boot a plane, it's Atlanta.
Oh, definitely. You know, they'll put a Tim on the bottom of your plane. You ain't going nowhere, fam. But, yo, I read that he was offering $50 million to bail out. And that's... And correct me if I'm wrong. If you get out on $50 million bail, you don't get that back unless you're found innocent, correct?
That's correct. So the other thing about bail is isn't it often someone remind me here, it's like a percentage. So if like 50 million works for bail.
You gotta pay like 5 million.
Well, yeah, or I was gonna say, or 500. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're able to pay 50, then they estimated that the charges were 500. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like the amount you pay is that percentage, like what you were saying.
Oh.
So if he paid 50 in bail.
Because sometimes it seems like they charge people more for bail based on who they are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so let's just say if like homeless Doug from around the corner, he got arrested for the same crime, his bail might be $50,000.
Right.
But you Diddy. They know you got it, and the judge might have Sean John underwear on, and they know you have the dough, so yeah, $50 million is what, you know, we're throwing at you. We're gonna see. What y'all think is gonna happen, yo?
It's crazy, man. I'll tell you what I think. I think he's going away. I really think he's going away. I think other names are probably gonna come out. I think this is gonna this might take a year, dude. Like this might take a whole year.
Yeah, yo, Dana Powell said they found tapes from the freak-offs.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing though, because it's a RICO case, Diddy ain't the only one who gonna go off the grid in all this. There's gonna be a lot of people who gonna literally have no way out. Because they don't have the same kind of money that Diddy has. Because even I was reading Dawn Richards.
Former Danny DeCane.
She was saying that there was a situation where, like where Diddy hooked off on Cassidy in front of Neo and another singer. And like at a dinner party one time. And it's like, all of these people are going to have to testify or possibly be brought down in all of this stuff. And I just hate to see it, man. Because, like, as a black man in America, it seems like anytime we get somebody that makes it out at a high level, something crazy happens at some point or another that brings that person down. Like, Bill Cosby was America's dad. Now, granted, Apparently he did those things. So if you're a bad guy, you got to go down. But even Mike Tyson, like, had to go away for a minute. Will Smith, like, now he's a villain.
Right.
Because he smacked somebody, because he was defending his wife.
Yeah.
I just hate to see our icons go out this way, but if you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong.
You can't, like, unfortunately, I mean, here's the thing, is like, change the subject just for a second. Unfortunately for Will, it was like, so clearly there on camera, right? It's like different if it happened between two men in the back room, or like you had some words somewhere outside of a restaurant or whatever, and we squashed it like that. That I mean, that's hard. But here's also, and I don't know how much longer we want to talk about this. Here's the thing that blows my mind is, like, when I think about somebody who had the success Puff Daddy's had, right? Like, the guy who was an icon when I was in high school, and he's been one ever since. And so, like, here is someone with all the success in the world. He does have the planes, can go on the vacations, the cars, the money, everything. And so you would think that, like, if you, and this can sound a certain way, if you wanted to sleep with someone or you wanted to have a certain kind of sexual experience, you could probably get it just on the nature of what you have and you just being open, honest, and upfront about things. Same thing with Cosby, the kind of success he had for the most part back in the day. And so
he
it's
had
like,
all the riz.
you have everything. Like, how are you getting to the point where it seems as though you are coercing people with drugs in a nefarious manner? Like, that to me is just like, you had it all.
Yeah, and sometimes when you have it all, you want more.
Right.
Even with somebody like R. Kelly, he made the type of music to where all you had to do is show up and the panties is going to come off automatically like garage doors when you got the button. But no, you had to make it weird, brother.
Yeah.
I'm even seeing people throw names in there like Clive Davis. If you know, you know.
Oh.
And the thing is, certain people have a certain level of protection to where their name might get whispered, but never screamed out loud. Because with all these indictments was coming down, like, months ago when they was mentioning people like Diddy and a few other people. Man, what's my man from Interscope? Jimmy Iovine name came up, and it went away so fast. Why? Because he's sitting at the high table with more money than all these people that we're talking about, with the ability to just, like,
Make it go away.
Allegedly.
Wow.
Gotta say that just to, be safe.
Allegedly.
Right.
Everything we're talking about is alleged. Obviously, neither one of us are lawyers, so.
But, in the court of public opinion.
In the court of public opinion.
Diddy's behind a lot of things that
Yeah.
I thought he would, like, because even when he did that basketball game before he had Bad Boy, right? He did this thing at this convention center, not a convention center, but it was like a student union building or whatever. And he didn't hire enough security, and a bunch of people died.
Oh, God.
He should have went to jail then. He did not. Why? Because he had a certain level of protection. Did that protection come from the fact that, like, his father was an informant for the feds? Because his father was a drug dealer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So sometimes the same level of protection that your parents has trickles down to you until you get to a point to where you no longer can feed the system. I'm just saying, it's a lot there, man. And
we'll do you this one good because your dad was good to us, or whatever it was.
Right.
Gosh.
But then you keep going.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're untouchable. You believe the hype. No Way Out is not only the name of an album, but it is now a prophecy that has came to be true.
This is not going to be the end of this for sure. Some people are in the comments talking about, like, OJ's case. Yeah, trial of the century. This could be 2.0. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's going to be star-studded because, I'm sure he's not doing these freak-off parties with regular people. No, and I cannot... I'm not looking forward to the disaster of it all.
Yeah.
But I'm rather intrigued as to who are these people that are going to pop up on some of these tapes that we had no idea was getting down like that.
Well, the other thing that's going to happen is people are going to look for anyone who might be underage on these tapes. Like,
Right.
who's in the tapes? They're going to figure out their ages at that point in time, because that's a whole other, like, boom, you already messed up there, right? And then some of these people, like, who knows if they'll, like, you can give, like, a deposition, right? And that can be something that's, like, sealed on tape and is just for the jury and doesn't necessarily make its way to the public. But if like, when the trial begins, because it will, it's going to be very publicized, like, who are the names who are going to show up and give testimony in the public court? Like, Cassie's for sure going to.
Oh, absolutely.
All those names that I rattled off earlier, they're probably going to.
Yeah, and I heard that B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan actually was at some of these freak-offs too.
Now, are you serious?
Not at all.
Okay.
However, I think some names are gonna pop up on that level.
Yeah,
will surprise people, and it'd be like, damn, that was actually worse than B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan.
Yeah.
Those are two of the Golden Girls.
Two of the
for those
Golden
that don't
Girls,
know.
yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to do something a lot happier. We'll get these birthdays in.
We're going to blow out some candles.
And we'll light some candles, yeah. See you guys in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back to Side Dish. Guys, you know what? We got some birthdays to do, HK.
Hey, yo, man. Whoever said golden shower girls in the comments, you don't know God and God don't know you. That was the chef's kiss of a bar.
Yeah, the comment section, the Side Dish comment section never disappoints, and I salute you. I salute you for that.
Yes. Birthday time.
Birthday time. Believe it or not, Patrick Mahomes is only 29 years old.
Really?
Yeah, he's a young man.
Yo, he looks
Quarterback
young.
for the KC Chiefs.
That's the person who be hanging out with Travis Kelce and
That's right.
Okay, cool. Also, Bobby Lee, no relation to Bruce. He turns 53 today. We played a clip from him the other day.
Probably some relation. Yeah, he's. Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee's hilarious. 50 years old. Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives is 50 years old.
Danielle Brooks from Orange is the New Black turns 35 today. Big shout out to her, man. She's a dope actress who kills everything she does.
Hold on a second. Darius, are you asleep back there?
He might have died.
There we go. Sorry, we've got to get him to scroll the prompter for us a little bit. Then what we got? Malik Yoba, 58, with New York Undercover.
I'm gonna lick my lips in honor of Malik Yoba.
All right.
Not because he's Malik Yoba, but
in a fashion.
His lips were always dry. Phil Jackson, former NBA player, Chicago Bulls, Lakers coach. He is 80 years old.
And Doug E. Fresh is 58.
Not looking a day over 28.
Wow, yeah, he does look young.
All right, in the chat, who y'all giving that cake to?
It's hard. Let me tell you, it's hard for me not to give the cake to Phil Jackson.
Word.
Yeah, I just have a lot of respect for just the Bulls run and then come around and do the Lakers. Come on.
Was he featured at all in the Winning Time series that they had on HBO when it was talking about the Lakers? Did they get to that era with Phil Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I fell off at the end of season one. I got to get back to it, but it was dope. Man, for me, I got to give it to Douglas Electricity Fresh.
Mr. Electricity Fresh.
I don't even know what the E stand for, but Dougie Fresh, the fact that Dougie Fresh can go up and not even perform a song and rock and entertain a crowd and just make everybody feel good and has been doing this since 1980 something.
Yeah.
It's an impressive feat. Dougie Fresh is still outside. Crown Prince of Harlem had a chicken restaurant. It closed, I think, before the pandemic or during the pandemic, but Good guy, amazing human being. So that's who I got. The chat,
Yeah,
a lot
who
of
you
people
got
in the chat are giving it to Dougie Fresh.
Okay.
Some are giving it to Malik Yoga. Malik Yoga. Yoba is what I meant. I'm sorry, it's been a long night. Yeah, okay. I give it up
Coach
too.
Phil and Dougie for sure.
Yeah. See, I think if I was more plugged into sports, I would understand the magnitude of like how great Phil Jackson was. It's a name I always heard.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just like it's just one of those things. It's hard. It's hard to like understate the value of a coach. It's just like the way that Jordan's got all the rings and he is singular in that.
Yeah.
But also who's there? Phil Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Like you can have an amazing player, but if you don't got good leadership, none of it matters. None of it matters, man. So big shout out to all those people celebrating birthdays, and even y'all in the chat who might be celebrating a birthday today or next month. Because what is it about the magic of today? Because today is what
September 17th or something.
9 months ago, a lot of people got busy and left it in.
This is a little known fact that there are more birthdays in the month of September than any other month.
Because
people are getting busy around Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, because they off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, brown chicken, brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown cow?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Like bow chicka wow wow.
Yo, bro, because I was going through my timeline on Facebook and Instagram, and it was like mad people celebrating birthdays like all yesterday, today, all this week.
Think about it. September is could be anything as Thanksgiving, like end of November, all the way through truly around New Year's. Anywhere that pocket of time could give you a September baby.
Yo, hunching for warmth.
Let me tell you.
Gotta love it.
Folks ain't got much to do when it's cold outside.
And that eggnog done hit.
That's right.
Listen, it is a Tuesday, so we gotta pop it off at this thing we started called Tubi Tuesday. That's when we show you one of the great movies that you could watch if you go on Tubi, and it's free.
Free, absolutely free service for the good people.
Now, Tanner. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the cinematic classic known as No Disrespect.
I have not.
It's about Milk, a 25-year-old drug dealer who's had a successful and low-key life as an outlaw, but his world gets turned upside down when his father, Bull, a known drug lord who controlled the streets now that Milk now runs, has been released from prison after 15 years.
Oh.
I don't even want to read the rest of the synopsis because I'm going to show you this clip. Check it out.
Babe, I am headed to the dry cleaners this morning. You have anything you need cleaned?
Oh, wait, I know this.
Yeah, there's some stuff hanging up in the closet there, baby.
You looking for this?
Oh, this is it.
Business.
You in our house doing this in front of our kids. This is my business. I thought you were done with What about your job? What happens if they piss test you?
I don't have a damn job. I lost it 3 months ago.
This is it. This is the clip. This is the one.
You wanna know what I've been doing for the last 2.5 months for money? Huh? I've been hella. Cause apparently good is hard to find.
What are you saying?
I'm saying this house you live in, the mortgage that's being paid, the food on the table, all financed by my I take a little hit every now and again to keep myself rock hard. Whoa. You happy? Look, I'll pick the kids up from school. And we'll talk when I get home.
For your awards consideration.
Oh, my gosh.
Shout out to the acting stylings of Miles Triplett, DeMarcus Curry, and LJ Scott. No Disrespect is streaming on Tubi now.
What happens in the end?
Doesn't matter. There's a part where I think it's Jason Weaver, the singer dude.
Yeah.
Curves a bullet around a tree. And I know
Okay.
that happened in another movie, but it shouldn't have happened in this one because that's not what this movie was about.
All right.
They having a shootout in a park, and the dude shoots a gun and curves a bullet and kills a person with a curved bullet.
Does he kill the man who's paying with everything with his wiener?
Nah, it was somebody else he was shooting at.
Some other man? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I just seen clips, so this movie is like a puzzle to me. I gotta piece it all together and watch it in chronological order.
Here's the thing: is like, genuinely, his performance wasn't bad.
It was very solid.
The dialogue's bonkers.
Yo, Tanner, if the roles were reversed, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say if like you married, and your lady says, "I'm not selling drugs. I've been paying for this house with my cat." How would you feel? Would you rather them be selling drugs or because she should have been happy that he wasn't out there like slinging drugs.
I'd never considered if I would be.
This may be the first and last time you ever asked that.
Like, would I be happier if my wife was a prostitute or sold drugs? I just don't know. I just don't know that I have an answer for that.
I think he took the high road. That guy.
Yeah. I mean, you hope he's being safe. What are we doing? What's going on here?
Yeah. Anyway, we got to go to break one more time. And shout out to everybody who does see commercials when we go to break. It varies on how much you're paying for your YouTube. But when we come back, we got everybody's favorite, Whose Cousin Is It? Don't miss it. Coming up next.
Everything in this studio I financed with my jokes. My satisfying jokes. Okay, all right, guys, it is time for Whose Cousin Is It? Okay, here we go. You know how this goes. I'm gonna leave the name out. Okay, a North Carolina pastor.
All right, not no hot dog.
Here we go. Pleads guilty for assaulting a McDonald's cook and pushing the victim's head near the deep fryer. Oh my gosh. Okay, this happened in December. North Carolina pastor. His wife was working at the McDonald's. She called her husband, the pastor, to tell him another employee was disrespecting her. And then this man showed up to the restaurant. He walked right into the kitchen, laid hands on the employee, not to heal them, and then grabbed him by the neck and pushed his head near the deep fryer, giving another meaning to anointing oil. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It wasn't Palm Sunday on that one.
Nah, not at all. Man, listen, in the chat, they already are throwing it up. They're saying it's HK cousin.
Oh.
Because the crazy thing is, like it do seem like the pastors that be at Catholic churches, are they even pastors there or are they bishops?
Priests.
Yeah, I should have known that. I went to Catholic school. It just seems like they're not about that rah-rah life. They wouldn't roll up to McDonald's. They would literally like maybe say a couple Hail Marys and just hope the archangels handle it. So.
It isn't quite giving Catholic church energy. I'm not sure that it's giving, like, it could be a Baptist preacher. Do we know what kind of preacher he was?
Nah, just a preacher.
Could be a Baptist preacher. They go kind of hard. Then who are the Holy Rollers? The
the snake people?
The snake people? yeah, the people who rock the snakes. Yeah, it could be them. The people who speak in tongues. I think any place where there's tongue speaking, this is possible.
All right, so, a lot of people leaning towards HK's cousin.
Okay, is this going to be the day?
Move that van.
Is this going to be, okay, here we go.
Surprise.
Oh! They let him pose for his mugshot, yo.
Oh! Yo, he's throwing the deuces and everything.
Yo, and the cool thing is he went up to McDonald's kind of dressed like Grimace.
Oh, man, he showed up in a fit.
Yeah, there was really no surprise there.
Wow.
We had such a better one.
Did we?
Tanner.
Oh, no.
All right, so you know.
HK finds all of these, and I don't know what corner of the internet he's getting them from.
Yo, so we had one where somebody literally ate a dog or a cat.
No.
And me and Kim got in a huddle, and she's like, yo, man, it's just too soon, fam.
We can't do it. Was it one of my cousins?
I can't tell you just in case it come back.
Okay, no.
But
not eating the dogs.
Agent Orange would have been so happy. He'd have been like, see,
eating the cats. Do you understand? This is how we wind up in a campaign ad. We're like, on Dish Nation, they showed you eating the dog. HK told them.
Bro, your Shannon Sharp impression the other day. Yo, come on, Mickey. It was the Come On Mickey one that killed me the other day.
Oh, come on, no, Mickey.
Catch the archive episodes before they go away. They only keep them up for 7 days. So the last little thing we're going to do before we get out of here is I think we have enough time, right? We got enough time.
We got 4 minutes.
All right. How many of y'all grew up watching like Saturday morning cartoons or even Nickelodeon back in the day when they had their early flagship shows?
Oh, yes. Early Nickelodeon was great.
Yo, you had Banana Man. You can't do that on television.
You can't do that. It's classic.
Danger Mouse.
Yo,
when I went to Ottawa, Canada, I was just walking around hoping I would run into Moose in them.
Yeah.
And Alistair.
What's his name? What's the name of the moose's name?
Moose is the girl.
Moose is
the girl.
But it's the flying squirrel with the moose.
Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Is that what you're thinking of?
No, there was literally a girl on You Can't Do That on television named Moose.
Oh.
And she was like the oldest of the girls. So like
I must have forgot about that.
Like my 5-year-old ass is like.
I remember the gross chef that would like make them all puke.
Oh, Barf.
That's
I heard that. He was great. Anyway. Also in Nickelodeon, there was a guy by the name of Mr. Wizard. What do you remember about Mr. Wizard?
Mr. Wizard was an older guy, and he would do science experiments, and they swapped the kids out pretty frequently.
Yeah, because he hated them. He hated every kid that walked through there. Somebody put together a very clever montage of Mr. Wizard just like stunningly sunning and being smug to all these children in real time on the show. And it was so passive aggressive, you just had to see it in the supercut to understand what was truly happening. Check it out.
Sounds logical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's wrong. Wrong.
It's wrong? Wrong.
Wrong.
That's right.
Not right.
That's how I was wrong?
That's how you were wrong. Not exactly. Can you see it or can't you? Don't jump to conclusions. Listen up. Okay. Because I already see that it's not random. In view of your miscount, do you mind if I do the acid?
You're seeing a beam of light.
No, you're seeing the little pieces of dust. Well, you're right, but for the wrong reason. You have to make the hole bigger than that, obviously.
I don't remember him being mean like this.
Everything we knew was wrong.
Wow. That's a throwback, Mr. Wizard.
I wonder, he's probably late. He's no longer with the company, right?
He left the company like 10 years after that clip was, he can't, hold on. Let me just Google it real quick.
Got you. Because like between him and Bill Nye, I like Bill Nye's energy more.
Yeah.
I just felt like he was nicer. And then,
Don Herbert. Dang, he was almost 100 years old. He was 90.
When he died?
Mr. Wizard made it to 2007. He was born in 1917.
Now he's a grand wizard in the sky.
Oh, not a grand wizard.
Oh yeah, that's a
negative
kind of. I'm sorry.
Morgan Wallen might be a grand wizard. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, yo, man, we got to get up out of here, man, before they get us up out of here. Thank y'all for joining Side Dish.